They're on the very verge of elimination, defeat at the hands of Vitality, or overtime, a moment's respite. If Zontic's gonna hit ahead, he can't! Flames again features in the feed as he feasts, and all they fumble, Spirit crumble, piece by piece! Vitality, it's theirs for the taking! 5 alive, 5 souls, 1 common goal! They have Spirit, they have Katowice! Vitality revitalized! A decade-long pursuit realized for Dan Manisclair!
The Katowice curse crushed! Rups is the talisman! He won this before and he's won it again! A heartbreaking loss to Team Spirit last year, but this time round they're the ones in the dumpster! Vitality! They have changed their fate in Katowice! They have set 2025 as theirs, the first step forward. Spirit went missing.
Look at that from Mezzi as well. First trip to the Spodek, a success. You can't spell Mezzi or Flames without easy, and they make it look so today in the grand finals.
I am Cologne. I am Katowice. Back to back. A feat for very few. But today they taste that victory. The building block of the Dragons dynasty was starting to stack up. But Vitality, they kicked down that wall. They are here to play. They are here to stay. And Zaiwu, I think the MVP in Katowice will be his. A major MVP, a Cologne MVP. Add Katowice to that mix.
He took down his usurper today. And for Robs, he is the difference. 3 finals, 2 trophies. Katowice! They're full of life! To the victor! Go the spoils of the Spodek! Vitality!
This is what MOUZ get to bring with them into the bye against Vitality, walking off with that trophy. They have nothing to play with in this round. They are at the full mercy of an in-form, confident Vitality. And MOUZ must know how over this is. There was no question Vitality have been the better team across this series. 2025 is fast building to be the year of that man on your screen right there. Apex is already celebrating. He knows this is done. He knows it's over. Jimmy can try.
Come on, mate.
Jimmy can really give it a go. But there's no winning this.
Unless... No. You never know, Hugo. No. No time for jokes. Vitality don't just climb. They ascend to the top of the scene. Back-to-back clean BO5 grand finals. And Vitality take the cake here at ESL Pro League Season 21, clean as can be.
I don't even think there's much to talk about for MOUZ on the other side. They get so banged out. This is very much a grand final that is all about that team right there. Vitality across the Pro League, get through, only dropping 2 maps, 1 on day 1, 1 in a semi-final. They dominate this grand final without breaking a sweat. That's back-to-back BO5s for Vitality. Finally, this squad reaching the kind of height of it, the ambition, the hype around this roster. With the signing of Rops, there's new life in Vitality.
It felt like MOUZ have run out of steam. I think yesterday was their grand final, taking down Spirit at a long, arduous best of 3. It wasn't the same team we saw today, and that's unfortunate. Vitality dominated every facet of the game today. Individually and stylistically, they look like the better squad.
They have finally found their team. They finally found their form. And now getting the glory, the trophies, and lastly, finding their cool. Your champions of ESL Pro League. It's Team Vitality!
These two teams have been titans, meeting at the finish line, neck and neck, all the way to the very end. Vitality looked to gap them as they crossed the line.
And MOUZ have to hold their nerve in the final 30 seconds. And when ZywOo strikes down Jimpat on this Ivy crawl, it is a shiver down their spines in a sense of desperation. Caught out is Brolin. Over towards T-Con comes a hope. Shut down by Flamesy and Apex. Push the absolute limit here in Lisbon. Pull it out of the hat in their final hour.
They get to celebrate off this win, even though MOUZ took 2 maps in this grand final. It was a brawl, it was brutal, and they have a lot to be proud of. But Vitality win. That's what matters. When you ask Apex about this, he'll say, I hate that we had to take it to train. But they still come out victorious. They proved they were the better team, and they survived being embittered and taking those losses. A new test for Vitality.
Waking up every single day with an ever-growing target on your back. That is the reality of Vitality in 2025. 3 consecutive grand finals, 3 consecutive wins. You have to adapt or you die. Sky is the limit for this team. Black is the night for MOUZ. Bright is the dawn of Vitality. You never know when you stand in the first light of a new era. This team is on their march to the major. We are witnessing a reign of terror. Your Blast Open Lisbon champions, Team Vitality!
Are they really going to try A again? Are they really going to try and test this side again?
Looking the wrong way. Oh, Magic's been caught out. How often have we said that this game? Not often at all. Robs demands it. A commanding opportunity. There's only one man that can stop them. It's not going to happen. Surely Monacy cannot come up 1v4. Bomb down from the hut. Vitality made to work for it. Tenacious. But it is theirs now. Put through their paces, made to work for it. Vitality most of their golden opportunity. A period of dominance marked by an ESL Grand Slam. Hard work, determination, dedication, the culmination of their efforts.
All that glitters is not gold, but this is the gold standard of Counter-Strike. Vitality, they were pushed, they were tested, they had to dig deep. And Rops joins the history books as the second player ever to win the ESL Grand Slam twice. We called in the Talisman and Katowice. They picked up EPL and they sealed the deal here in Melbourne.
Rob's got that Midas touch. Melbourne. Your champions. The Intel Extreme Masters. Vitality. Kings of Counter-Strike. This is Vitality's world now.
When called upon, ZywOo rose to the occasion. One of Counter-Strike's absolute best, stepped up in clutch moments when the chips were down.
They were supposed to be down. They were supposed to be out. Falcons looked like the better team at the start of this map. 6 consecutive rounds on the ropes. They fight back, tooth, nail, trophy, and $1 million from the ESL Grand Slam.
And we said that's the thing about history.
Man, what are they trying this time? We've gotten down to 40 seconds, and there's barely been movement.
This is bad again. I think they want to take an upper because that's where their best entries have been. Apex catches lurks from this position. This is why you play here.
It's a deep lean. It's a back turn to him. Oh, but he lets Flamesy drop in the process. Hut push means bomb dropped. Mezzy off the site again. Rock solid anchors. Rock solid Vitality. They pull it off again. 100 days since their last loss. And a win streak that won't just go one step further, but rather one that'll cross yet another continent. From Melbourne to Lisbon to Stockholm to Poland, and now in Copenhagen too, the 8th Counter-Strike 2 trophy for this organization. Truly feels like we can say the sky is the limit.
They didn't need Inferno to do this. After that, it felt like they would give up. That they couldn't put on another performance to match their last one, and yet here they are delivering again. Performing miracles and magic. And destroying rivalries right before our eyes, before they even begin. Mouse or Falcons or Spirit, no one can stand up to this roster right now.
Blood, sweat, and tears put into this Falcons project, and it will continue to attempt. In a time where the top 4 feels so tight, it is clear there is one that steps ahead of the rest. Your Blast Rivals champions, Team Vitality.
Exertion through Banana. Flames has found the opener. 4 kills away from another championship this year.
Their 6th, it would be.
And it's looking likely now. Messi with the double. Towards the Indian Pat. Nothing to do. Nothing can stop them. No one can stop them. Vitality dominant in Dallas. And it is 30 wins in a row.
Over 120 days of dominance for Vitality. Dallas is just the first step towards an unprecedented run at a second ESL Grand Slam in the same year. And right around the corner, they're battling for another major trophy. This is what Vitality fights for every time they step into a server, and they never leave any doubt. They are the world's best.
With Robs, Apex has collected his deathly hollows. Their streak has mastered death. And their march to the major has arrived in Texas. This is the first of the 2 Texan titles they are looking for. Together, they are conquering Counter-Strike. A new continent, another championship. They're coming for the major, Austin. This team don't just want an era. This team are building an empire. Your Intel Extreme Masters Dallas champions, Team Vitality!
Is this one more chance that 9-10 needed? Or will it rest on a miss? Rops goes down inside of the halls.
No easy feat killing Rops inside the apartments. But what we haven't seen is this B site truly tested. And so they start to lean over. Tecto stepping into the front of the site, but as he goes down, Senzu gives up his position with the trajectory of that nade. And he thinks about it. But he's at the very least allowed 1 to cross over. That is Mezzi with footing on site. That is the bomb to follow suit.
2 CT still on the A site. They don't believe this just yet. Smoke will go down and so will the plant.
Zywoo's gonna plant it.
Claims he takes a lot of damage.
Vitality no longer hands busy. 3 rounds down. It was 6 to go. And it is all hands on deck for the Mongols. It is only flashbangs for this retake. Flamesy right back into the kill feed. It is another triple from the young star of Vitality. Zywoo's gonna lean back into the site. Mezzi awaiting. Now he sees the barrel. He's got himself the kill. And so 1 frag out. 9-10 from the bottom of the scoreboards will be haunted by this performance unless, and it is not to be, for it is the bees. Today is the day of Vitality.
They make it happen. They complete the season. They get a chip for everyone. After all their wins and successes, the pressure mounted so high that this was must win. Another BO3 in a row. Apex, another championship. But the one that mattered the most. Everything else pales in comparison to a win here in Austin. And they didn't flub it at the final hurdle. A fantastic attempt from the Mongols in trying to stop this from happening after map 1. You could see they might have been scared, but this isn't the first time they've been tested. And they've been battle hardened and survived it all. Another test passed. And a well-deserved break after this match, because Vitality have won this season.
It's all in a damn near flawless form. poetic ending on Inferno. And there is no denying that in the anatomy of vitality, apex and greatness are only one Bonaparte. Love him or hate him, you have to respect him, because this man is a leader of men. Dan Matisklai has sharpened the deadliest Counter-Strike weapon we have ever seen. ZywOo is extraordinary, and his evolution into the greatest of all time is truly underway. From the day he was born, this was his destiny. In Austin, they will seize their crown jewel. Your Blast Austin Major Champions Team